the Onis, or sometimes Oni. Now these creatures or these freak shows are from the Netherrealm. Demonic, vicious, they're out to torture your soul. Savages, some of them have no mind control whatsoever. And what's interesting about this is that you don't know who's who. Certain people could have been humans and then turned into a Oni. For example, Drahmin. In fact, Ashra is actually a demon, but you would never know unless you read her story. So some of these guys you see here running around might have been humans turned into Oni. Drahmin is one. Basically, the longer you stay in the Netherrealm, the darker and darker your soul gets until you lose control and wind up like these. As you can see, out of control monsters, ogres, freak shows, with no emotion and just out for blood, which makes them valuable if you want them as an army. You have an army of these guys running around willing to kill, willing to do whatever you say. They're fodder, but they might get the job done with numbers. I mean, you saw when they were attacking Earthrealm, when they were attacking Raiden and Fujin. Clearly none of them can't go one-on-one with Raiden and Fujin, but with the numbers, you saw they actually gave them a fight. So yeah, their strength lies in their numbers and their straight up viciousness. So what type of Onis are there? Well, there are many types. If you play Deception, you'll see there's a different type of Oni there. You see different type of Onis in MKX. Hell, some of them were flying all over the place. But who are the ones we actually know by name? You can throw in the only Warlords from Shaolin monks. Bigger type with clubs, but once again, not exactly smart creatures. You can simply outsmart them. Let's go with Drahmin. Now here's a character with an actual decent backstory. A human once. Now Drahmin was a brutal landlord who probably committed many crimes, and when he was sent to hell, that man burned for his sins for centuries. And as you know, the longer you stay in the Netherrealm, the worse you get. So eventually he got worse and worse till now he is the tormentor. Now the hunter have become the hunted. Those demons that were torturing him, he's now torturing them. He is now the Oni tormentor. Drahmin stepping his game up, people. Drahmin, for the most part, he's another hit and miss character where some people like him, some people hate him. His moveset was a bit iffy. I don't think anyone was blown away by him, but for me, the best thing about Drahmin was his actual story. Plus, he had a few interesting things about him. For example, his mask that he's wearing, that allows him to control his rage. See there, so despite him being an Oni, he still has some brain left in him. And I always thought to myself, how in the hell do these two dummies, as in Moloch and Drahmin, think to throw Scorpion in the Soulnado? And clearly that must have been Drahmin's idea, because Moloch has no brain whatsoever. So I'm thinking Drahmin was the one who suggested to throw Scorpion into the Soulnado. Clearly Drahmin is the brain and Moloch is the muscle. And I think this character deserved a second chance, because in here he barely had any good combos, his fatality wasn't great. He was pretty much overshadowed by many better characters. But like I said, I enjoyed his story, and of course he had one of the best endings in Deadly Alliance.
Sent by the sorcerer Shang Tsung, the two Oni known as Drahmin and Moloch confronted Quan Chi, enraged that he had tried to leave them stranded in the bowels of the Netherrealm. In the battle that ensued, Drahmin leapt at Quan Chi, and both combatants stumbled into the inner sanctum chamber. Moments later, Drahmin emerged from the chamber, altered from his previous form.
His Armageddon ending, once again you learn more about his mask, and Drahmin flips out here. Non-canon though.
The energy of Blaze unlocked the life force residing within Drahmin's mask. Unable to remove it, Drahmin became possessed by it and grew to 3 times his original size. The power of the mask also fueled the rage within him. Unable to contain his fury, Drahmin turned on his former ally, Moloch, in an epic battle of demons. Moloch was defeated, but Drahmin's bloodlust has only just begun.
Moloch, the 3-eyed Oni, massive, big, strong, carries a special orb that actually had his own backstory. if people even knew about that one. But yeah, very big and tough, and if you've played Deadly Alliance, you'd know that this guy was tougher than Quan Chi and Shang Tsung to beat. Very hard boss. Cheap moves, he just kept jabbing you and taking out half your life. Very tough boss to beat. But lore-wise, the biggest thing this character ever did was help to jump Scorpion and throw him into the Soul Nado. Outside that, nothing much. Cool orb story, but let's be honest, this is an undeveloped, forgotten character. And of course, he showed up in the new timeline, the MKX comics, where he was taken out by Kitana. Didn't even get a chance to fight, got his head chopped off quick time, with ease. And Drahmin, well, he was fried by Quan Chi. R.I.P. Moloch and Drahmin. Quan Chi was once a Oni, and of course he's using his sorcery and skill to make him look like that. Eventually leveled up to a demon, I guess. I guess Oni's the lowest form, then demon. But yeah, Quan Chi was originally a Oni. So yeah, that's it for the Oni people.
The Oni destroyer Moloch absorbed the gift of godlike power from Blaze and was transformed into a destroyer of worlds. In a gesture symbolic of his new power, he slammed his fist against the pyramid, completely shattering the structure. Moloch then laid waste to Edenia, transforming it into a barren wasteland not unlike the Netherrealm. Because he destroyed the Edenian portals, however, Moloch was trapped there, a victim of his own destructive rage.